In 7 days, more than $654 trillion, $390 billion, 0 cents will start flowing into the XRP ledger, which will cause over $58.27 per XRP, as reported by several top analysts. This is also happening at the same time that the XRP ETF went live and released on Robinhood. Its price went through the roof right away, rising to over $15.97. But this is just the beginning. Ripple quietly bought USDC, which is also known as Circle. This added an extra $61 billion, $100 million, 0 cents, to the XRP ledger after RealPi accepted the tokenization of real estate. Everything is happening at the same time, which is what you should expect when you think XRP will be worth $58.27 by May 30th, which is less than 7 days away. But once more, this is just the beginning. There is still news about the XRP futures ETF that is going to be launched on NASDAQ, and the fact that Patrick Davidson, a multi-billionaire, said in public that XRP will help with over $1.25 trillion, 0 cents, and as a result hit that market cap, which would put XRP into the thousands of dollars. XRP is going through the roof right now. Last week, Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Since then, it has dropped, but things are still looking good. This means that now is the best time for you to get your free XRP. Now is your chance to get some free XRP. Just leave an XRP comment, invite your best friends to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then use the link in the description to sign up for upload and make a trade. It really does take less than 5 minutes to do everything. It's free money, and since you're already there, you might as well go get it. So let's start the video right away. As of right now, XRP is trading at $2.36 after a big drop. Just a few hours ago, over $100 million, 0 cents, was erased from the market in minutes. And another $20 billion, 0 cents, was erased another couple of hours later. This happened because of taxes between the US economy and the rest of the world. Our subject today is XRP, and really, XRP can still go up even though the market as a whole is down. There have even been times when it rebounds even higher than before and soars to an all-time high while the rest of the market is down. But the $1 trillion that are going to be added to the XRP system are what we really want to talk about. A business consultant says that XRP will make $27 trillion, 0 cents, available for banks to use as cash. Also, RealFi, the biggest company tokenizing real estate, said they would be tokenizing over $654 trillion, $390 billion, 0 cents on the XRP ledger, making the announcement public just 12 hours ago. Size desk that testing for tokenizing real estate on the XRP system will start in the next few days. To be sure that over $654 trillion, $390 billion, 0 cents can be handled on the XRP system, our team will put it through pressure tests. A bunch of small, high-value test transactions will be used to do this. The real token, which is based on the XRP ledger, will also be tested to see how fast and well it works before the actual launch. RealFi has also started talking to a number of institutions about supporting the acceptance of both Real and XRP as payment choices. Keep an eye out for more news. RealFi is the way to go. Not only that, but they are the first real estate tokenization project to handle everything from rent to real estate, which means that one cryptocurrency can be used for over $654 trillion, 0 cents in real estate. This means that when RealFi goes live, people will be able to buy real estate with XRP or the Real token and pay rent with XRP or the Real token. This will obviously add trillions of dollars to the XRP record. This is about tokenizing the whole real estate system. They've talked about it before, and RuPaul has talked about it too, but now institutions are actually doing it on the XRP ledger. It's clear that this is huge. We can also expect to see XRP price glitches in the next few days as the RealFi test these huge pressure tests. Guys, we've seen this before. Here are some examples of the mistakes with the prices. As an example, the price of XRP went up over $247, 0 cents on crypto.com during a quick surge in volume. This has also happened on Binance and Gemini, and they all have one thing in common. It might have looked like a price mistake, but what happened was that XRP's price suddenly went through the roof. In fact, Gemini has confirmed it by saying in public that they have seen XRP at $50, 0 cents. When it happened, it was because there weren't many XRP tokens available, but a lot of people wanted them at the same time. This caused a huge price increase. But because of this, Gemini stopped trading, undid deals, got more XRP, and filled those orders, which made the price stable. But the idea behind this is that we might see this in the next few days when testing for real FI will take place. And of course, that could help drive up the price of XRP even more to those crazy high levels. We got to see this while we were talking about how all of this was happening. As we said, a lot of things were happening at the same time. This is the Fedora Bank stating that banks can now use crypto, including XRP. A few months ago, this wasn't going to happen, but now it is. And there is one cryptocurrency that is very clear, XRP. This is the cryptocurrency that banks and other businesses use. In addition, XRP has actually talked about XRP more than once. In this video clip from David Antifati, he says that the US Federal Reserve would give transaction and payment settlement work to a third party like Ripple if they didn't want to do it themselves. Again, this is huge news because it's not just any person talking, it's someone who works at the US Reserve talking about XRP and saying that they may use it. These days, XRP is an important part of even the crypto reserve that the Federal Reserve is setting up. It is clear that the crypto reserve, which will be made up of American cryptocurrencies, will show the way for American cryptocurrency. XRP has the biggest market capitalization of all of them. It's also the one that has the most contact with the federal government right now, especially with this president. All of this is very good news for bulls. Of course, all of this shows us what XRP is really worth and how it is spreading around the world, not just in the US, but also in the Middle East, Europe, and Asia. XRP is becoming more popular, the use of Ripple is growing, which is freeing up billions of dollars that are moving into the XRP. So please pay close attention to this clip. Listen to this, I believe it's very important. Advice on cryptocurrencies. That's interesting, guys. The Federal Reserve said it was taking back letters telling banks they needed to get permission from the right people before doing actions with crypto assets and stablecoins. The Fed, the FDIC, and the Office of the Controllers of the Currency also took back comments they made in 2023 telling banks to be careful about crypto risks. While running for the White House in 2024, in a speech about the new changes, President Trump told crypto investors that if he was re-elected, he would look out for their best interests. The Fed said that officials would check to see if new rules to help the development of crypto assets were needed. But it really means that I think a lot of those letters scared banks away from getting involved in crypto in a serious way. Now they're free to do what they want. Now here's the question. Since the Fed is doing that, it probably won't get thrown out if a new government takes office in 4 years, unlike an executive order. But once more, the fact that it's become political makes people wonder if the winds will change again at some point. Might be better since it comes from the Fed. It sounds like some of it is coming from the government and some of it is coming from the Fed. That's what I don't get. And they said they would do these things during the campaign,